Well, good morning all. Welcome to my first video of this season. I haven't done a video actually since the last game of last season, since the Fulham game, because obviously the transfer saga is just tiring and just I've had enough of it. Also, we literally just had a little baby, my second child, last week. So obviously things have been mental at home. Got him in the black and white stripes for today for his first game of the season. I'm just going to touch on quickly Joe Willock signing. There might be a little, excuse me, pre-match when the teams come out, which it should be shortly. I might do a little one in the car. I'm going to go and watch the game with my mate who's a West Ham fan. Yeah, Joe Willock signing, obviously fantastic news. What a player last season. For that 7-8 game spell, he was probably the best player on Arsenal's books. So you could argue we've taken Arsenal's best player. I know it's in excess of 20 million. I've heard rumours between 22 and 25 million, which I think in today's market, for a young goal-scoring English midfielder, is a fantastic coup, really, to be honest. If he was in the England team, you could probably put another 10, 15 million on that. But we all know about the English tax for players. He's a young lad. I think he's, 21, 22. He did really well for us last year. Young lad at a big club, bright future ahead of him. Arsenal seem to put all their eggs in the Emil Smith-Rowe basket, which you can't blame him for. He's another terrific player, unbelievable player. But Joe Willock, yeah, good to see him back. I love his enthusiasm. He clearly wanted to come back. The fact that he signed a 6-year deal is indicative of that. It shows that, you know, he's committed to Newcastle, that he wants to be here, which you could argue Steve Bruce doesn't, but we'll get to that in a minute. 6-year contract. Obviously, I'll be very surprised if he's here for 6 years if he carries on the form he was. But if he does carry on the form he was and he's here for a long time, great news, fantastic. I love his enthusiasm, love his style of play. He's the only sort of drive forward, go-to, goal-scoring midfielder we've got, really. Obviously, Isaac Hayden's a sitting player. Matty Longstaff, when he does sort of play once a year, is more of like he box to box, but more of a sit-in player, more of a like a in and around the centre of the pitch. You won't see him run beyond Callum Wilson. Sean Longstaff the same, even though I think he's good at number 10. Jeff Hendrick won't, and so it's good to see that Joe Willock is back. We need that type of player. We need someone who possesses the same quality on paper as a Callum Wilson or as a Alan Saint-Maximin, because apart from him, those two are the three dominant attacking players at the club. Obviously, Ryan Fraser has the potential to be as such, has the potential to go on and be one of our best players. Last season, he didn't show it at all. Miggy, again, in flashes, but those three, Willock, ASM and Wilson, are going to be imperative to our season. If we can get all three of them linking in, fit and firing, we already know that Willock and ASM have a great relationship. You know, we get the three of them all sort of playing off the same hymn sheet, singing off the same hymn sheet. We should be right on. So, yeah, first video of the season. What else was I going to say? I forgot now. I'm not in the swing of this. Oh, Joe, yeah. So some interesting comments from Steve Bruce. Obviously signed Joe Willock. The saga went on and on and on. The fact that it was tied up with less than a week left to the end of the season was embarrassing. This should have been done weeks ago. But Steve Bruce saying that he's given massive praise to Lee Charnley for getting it over the line, and the club have gone and done above and beyond what they thought, which is true. You know, we were told 10 million budget. If you said to me a month, 6 weeks ago, you'd be signing Joe Willock for 25 million, I'd be like, no. So yeah, that's fair enough. But Steve Bruce is really sort of brown-nosed to Lee Charnley and White Ashley, and it seems. And then he's saying, we initially wanted to, we tried to get him in on loan and they said no. It's like, come on, man, make the lad feel wanted, Imagine that, you sign on a 6-year deal, all the fans behind you, and the manager goes, oh, well, we wanted him on loan, really. So we didn't, we only wanted him for a season. Jesus, you're trying to get this lad to sign on the dotted line, and you're coming out with that crap. So Steve Bruce, I'm assuming he's going to get a frosty reception from the fans today. So So you don't want to hear dogs abuse for 90 minutes because that's going to reflect on the team, but it's inevitable. I don't want him as the manager. He's not a step forward. He's not a Newcastle United manager in terms of where we want to be, where we want to go. But he's here. We've got to cope with it. And until this takeover goes through and there's no sign of that even being reignited until January, we just got to put up with it. We just got to get behind the team and laugh about the stupid things he says and just hope the players can do the business on the pitch. And hope Mr. Jones can have an influence as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens. West Ham, obviously we beat them on the opening day last season. We beat them at the London Stadium in that 3-2 game. Apart from the 3-0 hammering at St James's Park, I'm trying to think of a bad result against them since we come back up. We've got a good record against West Ham. Got a really good record against West Ham. Obviously, we played very well in the opening game last season, 2-0. Callum Wilson, Jeff Hendrick. And West Ham were dire. So I'm hoping for a repeat performance of that. Or it might have been that was at the London Stadium and the other one was James Park. I forget now. I was out on the piss in Cardiff for that opening day game. But yeah, like I said, my best mate is a West Ham fan. So it'd be interesting watching the game with him. West Ham, if they're going to be the same West Ham of last season, then I'd be happy with a draw, to be honest, because they can be a very, very good side. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. I'm going to do a video in the car when the teams come out. I have no idea what time it is. It might be 1 o'clock already. But I'll react to that. But personally, I'd love to see a 4-2-3-1. That's not going to happen. We're going to go 5 at the back, or 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. So I imagine it's going to be, obviously, Freddie Woodman making his debut. The 3 centre-backs, if they're all fit. Cher, Clark, Lascelles, Murphy, right wing back, Ritchie, left wing back. So I don't think Joe Willock's eligible for today. So you're looking at your 3 midfield players of Almiron, Hayden, Shelvey probably, and then Wilson and ASM up top. Pace, lots of pace in that. We shall see what happens, yeah. Anyway, in a bit, up the 2.